The silence of Tenerife's rugged Masca Valley was pierced earlier this week by the somber hum of search helicopters circling overhead. What was once a picture-perfect paradise, where narrow mountain trails snake past lush gorges and sparkling ocean vistas, has now become the epicenter of an international tragedy. The discovery of 19-year-old British holidaymaker Jay Slater's body at the bottom of a treacherous ravine has shaken not only his family and friends, but also the very heart of the local community. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The young man's remains were identified through fingerprint analysis, confirming the fears of those who had waited weeks for news after his sudden disappearance. His body was found with multiple injuries consistent, police say, with a fall from a considerable height. Yet as investigators and forensic teams piece together the circumstances, a deeper question lingers in the minds of locals and search teams alike. How did Jay end up so deep into the ravine, in an area so remote that even seasoned hikers avoid it? A landscape both beautiful and deadly. To outsiders, Tenerife conjures images of beaches, lively nightlife, and sun-drenched resorts. But those who know the island intimately speak of another side, the wild, raw, and untamed heartland where volcanic ridges cut into the sky and ravines plunge into seemingly endless darkness. The Masca Valley, where Jay's body was found, has long carried an aura of danger. Guides warn that the steep trails are not for the inexperienced. Even locals, accustomed to the harsh terrain, tread carefully. "You can take one wrong step and vanish from sight," said Miguel Hernandez, a farmer from nearby Santiago del Tide. People underestimate the valley. It is beautiful, yes, but it does not forgive mistakes. For Hernandez and many others, the discovery of Jay's body raises perplexing questions. The ravine where he was found lies far from the main footpath and requires navigating through unforgiving terrain. "It's hard to understand how he got there," he said. "It is not somewhere you end up by accident." The disappearance. Jay's trip to Tenerife was supposed to be carefree. He had traveled with friends for a summer holiday filled with beach days and late-night adventures. But on June 17th, after attending a party in the early hours, he was last seen heading away from his accommodation. At some point, he became separated from his group. Reports suggest he had attempted to walk back to his lodging, several miles away, across some of the island's most treacherous mountains. Phone records indicate that his final known contact was a call placed mid-morning, in which he reportedly told a friend he was lost and thirsty. Soon after, his phone went dead. The subsequent search was one of the largest in recent memory. Police officers, mountain rescue teams, sniffer dogs, drones, and helicopters combed the landscape for weeks. Volunteers from both Spain and the UK joined in, their efforts hampered by scorching heat and the sheer difficulty of the terrain. When the grim discovery finally came, it was both a relief and a heartbreak. Relief because his family would no longer live in limbo. Heartbreak because the place where Jay was found left more questions than answers. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Locals speak of puzzling circumstances. The recovery site lies deep within the ravine, an area so isolated that even professional climbers treat it with caution. Local hiking guides familiar with every ridge and gorge of the valley were among the first to voice their disbelief. "How far in he was found makes no sense," said guide Elena Morales, who has led treks in the region for 12 years. "If he was trying to get back to his hotel, he should have been heading outwards, not deeper into the valley. To reach that spot, you'd have to climb down or fall down a near vertical drop." Others speculate whether Jay might have wandered off the trail in confusion. The midday sun in the valley is punishing and dehydration sets in quickly. Disorientation can cause even experienced hikers to take risky shortcuts. Still, Morales remains unconvinced. Even lost, the instinct is to go up and out, not down and in. That's what makes this so difficult to understand. Investigators keep tight-lipped. Spanish authorities remain cautious in their statements. Officially, the working theory is that Jay fell while attempting to navigate the mountainous terrain. His injuries, though not fully disclosed, are said to be consistent with a fall. Yet police have not ruled out other possibilities, and the lack of witnesses leaves a void filled with speculation. Detectives are now painstakingly mapping Jay's last known movements. CCTV footage, phone records, and witness statements from the party he attended are under review. Friends who last spoke to him describe him as lost, but trying to make his way back. Still, questions hang in the air. Was he alone the entire time? Did he encounter someone in the valley? Could exhaustion and panic have led him astray? Authorities stress that until forensic results are finalized, no definitive conclusion can be drawn. The valley's dark reputation. For the people of Tenerife, this tragedy revives memories of past incidents. The Masca Valley, while breathtaking, has long been considered dangerous. Tourists sometimes attempt to hike it without proper gear, underestimating the difficulty. Over the years, there have been rescues and occasionally recoveries that echo the same grim pattern, people straying too far, too deep, too fast. "The valley tricks you," said retired firefighter Carlos Romero. From above, it looks like you can cut across and reach the road easily. But once you're inside, the walls close in. It's like a labyrinth. Many don't realize until it's too late that the only way is back the way you came. Yet, even Romero admitted that Jay's case is unusual. Most who get lost are found near the trails. To end up where he was, that's different. A family in mourning. For Jay's family, the discovery has brought devastating closure. His mother, Debbie, has been in Tenerife since the early days of the search, tirelessly urging for more resources and holding on to hope. When news came that her son had been found, the weight of weeks of anguish came crashing down. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. In a statement, she described Jay as a beautiful soul, full of energy and laughter, taken from us too soon. She thanked the search teams and local volunteers who braved the valley's dangers, saying their efforts would never be forgotten. Back in the UK, vigils have been held in Jay's hometown. Friends lit candles, shared memories, and played his favorite songs. "He was the life of every party," said one childhood friend. "You couldn't be sad around him. That's how we'll remember him." Social media speculation. As is often the case in high-profile tragedies, online speculation has run rampant. Amateur sleuths dissect every piece of information, while conspiracy theories multiply across forums and social platforms. Some suggest foul play, while others argue that the official account is too convenient. Local residents, however, urge caution. "We have to respect the family," said Morales. Speculating helps no one. What matters now is truth, not rumors. Still, the mystery of how Jay's body ended up so deep in the ravine fuels debate, and until investigators release a full report, the silence will inevitably be filled with noise. The search for answers. Forensic teams continue to work on piecing together Jay's final hours. Specialists are examining his injuries, clothing, and the condition of the surrounding terrain. Environmental factors, such as loose rockfalls or hidden drop-offs, are being studied to see if they match the scenario of a fatal fall. Police have also indicated they are seeking expert mountaineers to reconstruct possible routes Jay could have taken. Using drones and 3D mapping, they hope to simulate his likely movements. The aim is not only to provide answers for the family, but also to understand whether future preventive measures are needed in the valley. Lessons for the future. Though the tragedy is unique in its details, locals fear it will not be the last. The Masca Valley continues to draw thousands of visitors every year, many unaware of its dangers. In the wake of Jay's death, calls are growing for stricter safety measures. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Some suggest restricting access during extreme heat, while others want better signage warning tourists of the risks. "We cannot stop people from exploring," said Hernandez, the farmer. "But we can at least make sure they understand what they're walking into." Guides like Morales also advocate for mandatory permits, ensuring that only those with proper gear and preparation attempt the more difficult trails. "Jay's death is a wake-up call," she said. "We must act before another family suffers the same pain." A community united in grief. Despite the unanswered questions, one truth shines through. Jay's story has united people across borders. From locals who joined the search, to strangers who sent messages of support online, to the candlelit vigils back home, his loss has rippled far and wide. In Tenerife, Villagers have laid flowers at the entrance to the valley trail. In Jay's hometown, murals and memorials are being planned. His face, smiling and carefree, has become a symbol of a life full of promise cut tragically short. The unfinished story. As the official investigation continues, the sense of mystery persists. Was Jay's death a tragic accident born of exhaustion and disorientation, or is there more to the story than meets the eye? For now, the truth lies hidden among the rocks and shadows of the ravine where he drew his final breath. What is clear, however, is the deep impact his loss has had not only on those who knew him but also on an island community grappling with the enigma of how such a young life could end in such a haunting way. Perhaps, in time, the forensic evidence will paint a clearer picture. Until then, the valley keeps its secrets, and the world mourns a young man whose final journey ended far from home, in a place that remains hard to understand. Subscribe the channel to get such videos.